pray, you nag out, or you turn blood in the face, you pray, you go fasting, you go for whatever reason. It's a reality.
Yeah.
So please, Mr. Tabo, go for it.
All right, cool. So guys, like I said, I don't want you to be lied to. I do not want you to be lied to. The next thing that most of you guys get lied to about, and you sort of don't see this thing, is your ability to absorb skills. Guys, if you really want to be growing, you really want to be learning. And one of the misconceptions that happen for most people, especially people that join our business, they chase earning more than learning. And you do not understand that the more you learn is going to be the more you earn. Did you guys hear what I just said? There's a guy by the name of, who's this? Shit, I forgot. He's one of those rich motherfuckers there. So this guy was given an opportunity after varsity to go to one of the big companies that were around at that time, but he decided to go work for somebody else who was running the #1 company for free. He was pushing learning, and right now he's also one of the billionaires that are around. But for most of you guys, especially when you start in our business, the first thing that you want to be looking at, especially if you want to be an entrepreneur, you shouldn't be thinking about earning as you are starting. You should be thinking about learning. And for most of you, how you cause this difficulty for yourself is this. Immediately when you arrive, you want the earnings. Now, the earnings, if you want a lot of earnings when you're starting in a certain company, this is what happens. A company needs to extract more from you rather than you extracting more from the company. Did you guys hear what I just said?
Yes.
And hence, when you arrive, the company cannot extract much from you, but you're expecting them to pay you a lot. You're not gonna go anywhere. You're gonna be left in that same situation, same spot for a very long period of time. And another challenge that you're gonna be facing is your ability to learn. The problem with you guys is that you have an ability, a disability to learn. Can you imagine? People have a disability. For not being able to learn stuff. And this is the reason why people cannot be able to learn stuff. I want you to understand this thing. If you understand the concept I'm about to explain right now, you're gonna find it a bit easier along the way. Because now you're gonna be aware of what type of a problem you're gonna be facing. So, there was an experiment, that was done, and within this experiment, this is what happens. They put a cat inside the box, and they put a hinge or a lever inside that box, so that the cat, when it touches the lever, the box will open and the cat can escape. Do you guys understand that? So the first time they put the cat inside there, it stayed for 8 hours trying to figure out where is the hinge. But eventually it found the hinge. The second time they put the cat there, it took about 7 hours. The third time, the fourth time, the fifth time, it actually, probably by the 100th time they were putting the cat there, the cat was able to find the hinge within 6 seconds. Now, I want you to tell me what happened between the first 8 hours and now reduced to 6 seconds. And that is the process of learning. Let me tell you what happened. The first time the cat went inside there, this is what it did. It's all dark everywhere. This side, this side, this side, this side, this side, this side. The cat started doing this. Is it here? No. 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 Hey man, where is this thing? Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Cling! By mistake, it opens. It's like, hey, I felt it. It's somewhere around here. Now, the cat immediately the second time it goes inside the box, it knows I am just focusing on the left and the right and the front part, because I know into my back it is impossible for it to be there. Because the last time I found the hinge, I found it on this side. Then it reduces the amount of time, because now you're no longer doing shit that does not even matter. Did you guys hear that?
Yes.
And then they put it the third time, it sets another perimeter. The fourth time, it sets another perimeter. Until it can actually go inside there and just press it at the same time. And the same thing actually gets to happen with the people that are here. Think about the first time you were pitching a person. The anxiety you were feeling, being scared, not knowing what to say, even, stuttering sometimes and say, hey, what's the interest rate? You're like, you have to go to your trainer and ask them and come back. But look at how you're pitching right now. It's like some of you guys are free-flowing. Thank you. And then you're done with that stuff, right? And the reason why you moved from there to here, it is simply because you understood a couple of things about the process of learning. Now, for most people, this is what happens. You are that cat. Imagine yourself, you are that cat inside there, inside the box. You start left, nothing. Right, nothing. Left, right, click. Right, nothing. Left, right, click, nothing. This is what most of you guys say. There is no hinge here. I can never get out from here. Then you stop. And this is whereby you are struggling with observations. And this is where you are telling yourself, I cannot be able to do this thing. This is whereby you are struggling with the sales. You are struggling with the managing of people. You are struggling managing your time. And all you are saying is that there is no way out of this situation that I'm in. And there is a hinge inside here. You just need to figure it out and make sure that you're finding it. And for most people, simply because they do not understand the process of how we get to learn things, as long as it's dark around them, they don't think that it's possible for them to actually get out. Just like that cat, when it was inside there, you know, it kept on trying to find different ways to get it going. So what I'm trying to tell you is that if you want to be learning stuff, you can't stop. People who lose are people who stop. It's not people who fail. Yes, sir.
All right. So then begs the question that what are the systems that you can put in place to learn, but also progress quicker?
That is a very, very good question. So, guys, you need to have a system in which you're going to be able to learn. And this is how it starts. The first thing is this, is understanding your capabilities. What I do normally is this. Let's say I want to learn a skill of speaking to people, just like I'm speaking to you guys right now. I will rate myself. What number do I think I am? And then I'll say an 8. The next thing that I do, I'll go to the person who's way better than me, a person that I want to be like, and I want to ask them, what do you think my rating is? And they tell me it's a 2. I'm like, yo. And then I ask them, what are the things you think I need to be learning? And then they let me know. Guys, the best way to learn shit, it is through a mentor. Get somebody, and this is how you find your mentor. You look at a person, just like you're looking at me right now, and you say to yourself, I want to be like him. Say it.
I want to be like you.
Oh, hey, thank you so much, guys. You know, don't worry about it. It's my thing. Say it one more time.
I want to be like you.
Oh, guys, hey, stop flattering me, man. Yeah, so after you found a person that you want to be like them, this is what you do. You go to them and you make sure you learn exactly how they would tackle situation, what they would do, how they would say things, so that eventually you're going to be like them. The problem with you guys is that you take advices from people you don't want to be like. Like, for example, you go to your friend there, hey, I lost 3 guys yesterday. Your friend is also telling you, me, it was last week, 7 of them. What were you thinking? Yeah, you will die here. And now think about the both of you combining together and you are talking about that problem. There is no solution. It's another problem that you are creating whereby you're going to both feel like there's no way people can be able to move here. But if you ask me, I've already surpassed through what you are currently struggling with right now. You are struggling with observation. I'm a master of that shit. You come to me, Mr. T, I lost 3 guys. I was like, I just told you now I lost 17 guys the other times. When I was on Kalela 3 guys, you start feeling better. Yeah? 17. This guy at least. And this is how you get to learn. You protect yourself from all the things that are going to discourage you from moving again. And what you guys do normally is you put yourself in situations whereby if I have a conversation with this person, I'm not going to be able to function again. I want you to understand this thing. As much as you feel like giving up, I feel like giving up. As much as you feel like things are tiring, I feel like things are tiring. You guys think that us as business owners, and your managers and people that are leading you in the thing, we are immune to all of these things. It has nothing to do with immunity. It has everything to do with being prepared and understanding and creating systems just like Mr. Isaac was asking over there. Do you guys understand that? Sure. And hence, I really need you to create your own system or have allies of people. When shit hits the fan, you know who you're speaking to. Guys, when shit hits the fan for me, I know people I need to speak to, I know people I need to be avoiding. With you guys, the people you should be avoiding, those are the people you're running towards. And there's a reason why you run towards those people. The reason why you run towards those people is because they're in the same situation as you. Think about it. Even right now, you feel some type of way when we tell you, go network with the high roller. A person who's making the most amount of money inside here, please go network with them. You even feel bad going to them because you start thinking, hi, this one is going to think he's special. This one is going to think he's better. And little do you understand, that person is actually special and is actually better. And if ever you want to be better, that's the person you need to be going to. And I want to tell you where that shit comes from. Because guys, another challenge or another reality that you're going to have to face here. Yes, Mshika.
Yes, sorry for waiting to step. So how do you balance this thing, Eti? The more you learn, the more you earn. And this thing, as an office, Eti, if you don't make money, you don't make sense.
It don't make sense. It don't make sense, Papa.
If you don't make money, you don't make sense. How are you going to make money? 100%. Yeah, so if you don't, let me change it. If you don't learn, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, so let's put it that way.
Okay.
I hope it answered your question.
Right.
So the next thing that you need to understand, there's going to be a whole lot of loneliness. Guys, I will give you, guys, write down your questions. I need to be on the move right now. Write them down. I'll give you the last 5 minutes or 10 minutes to ask all of your questions. The next thing that you need to be aware of is this. Guys, when you would really want to be running a business, something that they lied to you about is that everything is so nice and you are so happy and everything like that. I want to tell you the actual truth of what's happening. You are faced with loneliness whenever you are in this journey. Did you guys hear that? And the thing is, the whole purpose of me running this topic for you guys is because I do not want to lie to you. I want you to understand, if I am going into this thing, these are shit that is coming and I can never be able to, be taken down by them. So, loneliness is this. Let me tell you this. I went for a time without speaking to my parents. And let me tell you why. Or my family, people that were in my family. My family never believed in me. My family did not think. Because I went to varsity, they thought that I was going to get an office job somewhere and make sure that I do a 9 to 5 just like everybody else. And when I told them I'm not going to be able to do that, they got angry because they felt like I was wasting the money that they've spent. Okay, not really their money, it was the loan that I used. NSFAS, that I used for me to go to school. And eventually after I was done with school, I found myself back at home. Now, my mom, immediately when I joined this business, she was like, no ways, you can't run a business, it's not viable, you're not going to be able to make it. And hence, when shit hit the fan, when I was in the business, because this is what happened let me tell you about this one. So the reason why my mom did not really want me in this business is because of this. There's a guy by the name of Sipo, stays cross opposite my house. Sipo and I started the business together. I decided to get promoted to trainer, he decides he's not going to get promoted. When he's not getting promoted, he goes back home. Sipo's mom asks him, Sipo, why are you here? He's like, we are doing nyoso there. And then Sipo is like, what is Tabo doing there? Tabo is doing nyoso there. Sipo's mom goes to my mom. Hey, Wenamaki. My mom is like, yeah, did you know that Tabo is doing nyoso there? Hey, my mom is calling me, hey, Tabo. I'm like, Ma, are you doing nyoso there? I'm like, what? He's like, come back. I'm like, no. Come back. I'm like, no. And every family has this uncle, right? They butchered him for me. Stays in the same suburb. Everybody respects him in your family. They butcher him for me. Hey, this one has started. He's brainwashed. We don't know what is wrong with him. Can you come speak to him? He comes through. Can you guys imagine? I'm in the office there doing my thing. Law of average is the system. My family is coming in. My uncle even has a shambo. Hey, what is going on? What is that? Where's my son? Hey, I had to take them, put them in the boardroom to speak to them. Hey, say, guys, check this out. Understand you. And guys, these were the people that were coming to me. My mom is a sewer. She's a tailor. Not really a tailor. But they used to do these surgical masks and surgical thingies for the hospitals, right? She's been earning 4,000 rand for as far back as I can remember. And I know this because those mothers that like reminding you how much money they are making. Mama, I want all stars. I tell you, 4,000. Mama, school trip. I tell you, 4,000. Guys, we'll be chilling there watching Generation. Jack Mabaso passes there. 4,000, the way she was so used to 4,000. And, my other uncle is a glorified gardener. He was a gardener before, now he's managing a couple of gardeners. He gets paid about 8 grand. Then I have my uncle, the one that they trust. he was earning close to about 15 to 20 grand. Combined, these people do not even make 40 grand. They are telling me it is impossible for me to actually get to make 100,000 rand for the month. And I understood that simply because they were not making that money. The problem that we do here is that we listen to people because of the relationships we have with them, not because of what they can produce. Think about this. When you come here in this office, in my office, and I tell you, we start here at 6 o'clock in the morning. Think about it when you're leaving your house and in the morning at 4 o'clock there at home. When you're waking up, your mother starts saying, so early. Your friend starts saying, so early. Think about it. You spend most of your time in business when you're here. Your lifestyle changes. Did you guys know that? Yeah. Your boyfriend starts looking at you funny. Hey, you know, every time he calls you, I'm at work. Every time I'm at work. Every time I'm at work. They even start thinking you guys are cheating. And it's part of the journey. That's what's going to happen to you. And if you are not prepared to be able to deal with that type of stuff, you're not going to find yourself getting anywhere. Because guys, the only person who has this vision that you have is you. It's not your mother. But the problem is this. You start listening to the people who are like that. Like guys, I made about 6 million rand last year. You know, and I am telling you, come here at 6 o'clock so that you can make the same amount of money. When you're waking up at home, your mother is telling you, this thing of waking up so early, I don't want it. Look at your mother, how much money she's making. 4,000. And that's the person you're going to choose to listen to rather than the person who told you, I make 6 million rand. It does not make sense to me. And this is one of the things that you're going to have to make sure that you get to understand when you arrive here, what type of people you're going to be hanging around with. Guys, if ever you start hanging around the wrong type of people, you're going to find this opportunity very difficult for you. Guys, this opportunity has two things for you. It either can make you the most satisfied person ever, or the most miserable person ever. There's no in between here. True. And hence, you make a decision of what type of envelope you want to be opening. Do you want to open the envelope that is going to tell you things are exciting, things are nice? Think about happening. It. Have you seen when you have set pace, make sure you close the observation, things are happening, how you even walking inside the office there, you feel yourself. But think about it, when shit hits the fan, you got there late, you're doing zeros, you lost guys in your team, even the way you walk, it's like, yo, you know, Emadala is faster than you.
Instant approval. Instant approval.
You will find yourself doing that, and you don't want to find yourself in that situation, and it's simply because of this thing. I want you to think about this, because I want you to understand this concept. I want you to think, who's the person that you speak to the most in your office? Who's your friend in the office? Karabo, you? Yeah, somebody you speak to more than anybody else. Your trainer? Alright, cool. I need you to think about this person that you spend most of your time with, right? You have their name, right, in your brain.
Choose.
Guys, I do not know this person, but what I'm about to tell you about that person is actually true. I do not know them. Now think about this. That person you have in your brain, if ever they are complaining about recruitment, you are complaining about recruitment. If ever they are kicking us, you are kicking us. If ever they are lazy, you are lazy. If ever they are dying in the field, you are dying in the field. If ever, whatever it is that person is crying about, complaining about, is exactly the same thing you are crying and complaining about. If ever that thing is excited about something, you are excited about the same thing. It is just basic human nature. Whoever you attach yourself with, you will eventually start being like that. And this is the sad part. We meet a whole lot of smart people who have so much potential, and they fuck around their own potential by hanging around mediocre. Why would you hang around with the person who's gonna take you down? Like, I don't understand this shit. And why would you take another person down? I'm coming to you, I'm facing shit, things are not happening, I just lost my whole entire team. I come to you, I'm like, oh, kanyiwa mfana, team yami vaile. And you tell me, yeah, but usitshela ukuthi wenzani? Usitshela ukuthi wenzani? You can see with us, we are not doing this thing here, we are chilling here, because we know it's pointless, because you're gonna build, lose. You are busy here. But if you come to a person who's making things happen, a person who's kicking ass, you will even start feeling like there's something wrong about you, because you're gonna get to them. Think about this. There's 4 people here. Everybody's kicking ass here. I'm the only one who's not kicking ass. They are speaking. They are saying, me, I did this. Me, I did this. Me, I did this. Me, I did this. When it gets to you, you start thinking, hey, there's a problem with me. But think about this. the inverse is the same. Everybody has died here. You're the only one who did great. You look at them, they start saying, hey, it's because of the customers, it's because of the system, it's because of the what, it's because of the what. You start thinking, aye man. And then tomorrow when you lose, this is what you tell yourself. It's okay. Everybody's facing the same thing. You're causing a leveling effect to yourself by hanging around mediocre, bullshit type of people. And one of the things that you guys do, you want those people next to you. They make you feel, I don't know how. What the fuck is your problem? Guys, you're supposed to be uncomfortable with the people that you're with. You see right now, I hang around national consultants. And they're talking big money there. I just bought 3 houses, blah, 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 worth 18 million. And I'm chilling there with them and I'm thinking, yo, I feel uncomfortable. Yeah, what am I gonna say? But I wanna be in that spot until I feel comfortable. You guys don't like that discomfort. And that discomfort is the discomfort that will get you elevating to their level. I wanna be able to, when they say 3 houses, I'm like, me, I just bought 6. Utini, 6, there, and there. So what were you thinking? Now I'm part of this crew. I'm gonna look for another crew whereby when I'm chilling, they're talking about yachts. They're like, hey, my yacht is there. I'm going there. I'm like, all right. And then I figure out what is it that those people are doing inside there in order for them to be in that group. You guys are feeling comfortable with Nyoso groups of people that are dying. And you are busy hanging around and recruiting more people who are dead. And you are busy feeding each other dead. And think about what's going to be happening at the end. Everybody's going to be dying there. And hence, that's why you need to be very skillful in you understanding the type of people you need to be hanging around with. Do you guys understand that part? And speaking of loneliness, like I told you, I had, guys, there's people who are not going to believe in you. One of the people, like I told you, is my mom. The second person who did not believe in me is my baby mama. Hey, pause.
Hayi ikubambile mhlekazi.
Mbambi.
Silate.
And I wanted to say something about that baby mama of mine, so I can't say it anymore. I said, I can't so tell her next time, But she did not even believe in me herself, right? So we had a discussion, me and her. Okay, no, let me not talk about her. Baby, excuse me. I'm not gonna talk about her.
It's catching me.
So you catch? Alright, so you wanna? Oh, so you catch? Yeah, I'm like, pause again.
Pause what?
Pause ngibone. Yithi ngibone. Pause ngibone. Pause ngibone.
Guys, I pause.
Alright, asiyeke injalo ngathi ungayipause, ungayistop. Yeke ihambe kanjalo. The next person who did not even believe in me, it was my baby mama, and the next one, let me tell you about the next one. So I graduated in UJ, right? So in UJ, there's a mall there. It's called Campus Square. My manager sends me to work in Campus Square. Now think about this. These are people that I graduated with. They see me there doing my thing. And guys, the campaign that I got recruited in is different from your campaigns. Your campaigns are so nice. Aircon. Me, I got recruited in SIM cards. Guys, can you imagine I was selling a SIM card in the streets? Heat. And then those people start coming through. They graduated with me. There was this girl. Her name is Artie. There was an entanglement nyana here. No, baby, don't worry. There was just an entanglement nyana, with her. Right? So, as I'm pitching there, the same time. As I'm pitching there, how are you? Man, it claps. Have you seen when you pitch so intensely that you pitch the same person twice?
Yeah.
So I'm in that zone, right? I'm like, man, it claps. I meet up with Artie. He's like, yo, Tab. I'm like, yo, Artie. He's like, yo. I'm like, yo. He's like, no, not your name. I'm like, And guys, my first thing that I want to do is to explain myself. No, run a business, 6 to 8 months. And I want to tell you something strange. It's not even strange. Every time you're going to want to explain our business to a person who's not in our business, they're going to think you're crazy.
And man,
Can you imagine? I'm there with so much confidence. Just like me, run a business, do my thing, have a lot of money, make 100,000 a month. She looks at me, it's like, oh really? Don't worry, things are gonna get better. Sorry, man. And then after that response, I started hiding. When I see somebody that I know, but eventually, this is what I told myself. I told myself, like, I don't give a shit what other people think. I know what I came here to do. So this is what I would normally do after I made my decision. They would come in and say, there are no jobs. I'm like, yeah, there are no jobs. Inside my heart, I'm like, Tabo, fucking work so hard, Ntwana. Don't mess around. Get this shit done. I'm like, how are you? Even more. I even wanted them so that they can push me some more. You know, they come there, they're like, there are no jobs. I'm like, yeah, there are no jobs. Mangoni custom, I go crazy. I'm like, I'm closing you no matter what. Show them, you know. And eventually, I got myself to be able to make sure that I get myself promoted. One of the ladies that I'm telling you about, Ati, I was running an office in PE. She came looking for a job. Guess what? I was chilling there. And then they call them. You see the admins there. They call the people. Yeah, Zwanban, come to the office. I'm chilling there. Man, it's the clubs. There are no jobs. She's looking at me, you know, and I'm looking at her. I'm like, ooh. And she's asking me, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing the same thing I was doing back then. I'm just doing it at a larger scale. It's like, no ways. I'm like, yes ways. It's like, you're the boss here. I'm like, but at that time, when shit was hitting the fan, when she was looking at me, thinking I will not amount to anything, when I was feeling like shit, which you are feeling like right now, sometimes when some of the people are seeing you doing that shit, and you feeling like that, you have an opportunity to make sure you show them later on that what is it that I'm really suffering for? And I want you to understand that this suffering or these challenges that you're supposed to be facing, you have to face it. That feeling has to be there. This is how you get cultivated. Do not avoid these. Guys, when you're happy, feel it. When you're sad, feel it. Feel all of these emotions. They are a part of making you to a being that is going to be very successful. So I really wanted you guys to understand all of these concepts and things that you're going to need in order for you to make sure you understand I have to go through these things no matter what. It's a reality. You can't run away from it. Do you guys understand it? So please, one question. Yeah, only one. Mr. P. Second figure.
Okay, so you spoke about self-doubt, spoke about communication ability, and of course, right? But
yes.
Also, part of the question from that on how to can adapt is then how do you filter those things?
How do I?
How do you filter? So from self-doubt, you spoke about it being through the result, right?
Yes.
Say maybe your first goal is to do diligence 10K done.
Yeah.
Then the second goal, again, results wise, is true diligence 200K done. So you just filter through all of that. But of course, through loneliness, shit hits the fan. You cannot control when shit hits the fan.
100%.
You just have to bounce back.
Yes.
So then, how do you then filter? Because your mind, in that way, it feels like it's just something gets taken.
Yes. Oh, when you're in a bad zone, guys, there are certain emotions that happen. And he's asking, whenever I'm feeling like that, how can I still be able to function? Is that what you're asking? So that I can be able to. This is how it works, guys. I need you to understand something. Once you start at the beginning, when you want to change your situation from the time where shit is hitting the fan, it starts here. I need you to write this thing down because it's a very good question. Sorry, Mr. P. Right? So the question is, the first thing that you do is this. You write down everything that got you to this point. Everything that is made. And guys, you need to be honest with yourself. You see, there was a point in time where things were not really happening to me. And one of my mentors asked me, what do you think is the problem? And this is what I see. I think it's because of the sun. It's because of the people. It's because of the what. It's because of the what. And he looked at me. It's like, we're not going to go anywhere. Until you understand what was your role in you getting there, you're not going to feel better. But once you start writing your own roles, yeah, I came late. I was lazy. I didn't want to take observations. I was running away from them. Just like you, last week or yesterday, you were running from an observation. You know, I did this. Once you understand these things, the second thing that you do, you get disgusted. I don't think you guys get disgusted about your lives. Or you do, but not enough for you to start making a change. You see, if ever you are angry, like I got angry about my life, I'm like, who the fuck is making 2,000 rand for the week? Am I crazy? No, I'm gonna make 4,000 rand for the week. Who the fuck is this person making this money? I do not belong in the, once you do not accept mediocre in your life, that's where shit starts to change. Once you stop accepting basic standards that other people are following up on, that's where things start to change for you. There's a guy in my office, he's here, he has set a bar for a lot of people because I feel like it does not accept mediocre when it comes to his sales standard, And hence, if you can take, his name is Isaac, is over there, and if you can take the same thing, put it in recruitment, put it in developing people, put it in what, and you start developing a different type of feeling about yourself. Now, after you're done with this feeling of disgust, you develop a new identity about yourself. Guys, an identity is a story that you tell you about you. Like my identity is that I'm unstoppable. I want it, I get it. My identity is that there's nothing that I cannot be able to achieve. I think it, I receive it. Now, once you formulate this identity, and I want to tell you, it's going to take us a bit of time for me to do that. But you formulate a new identity of who you are. After formulating this identity, for this identity to stick, you're going to have to go collect proof of this identity you said about yourself. And the more you do things that correspond with your identity, the more confidence and the more better you're going to start feeling. I don't know if you understand me. Like, for example, if I tell myself I'm the best and I come on time, it makes me feel good that I said I'm the best because I'm actually doing it. Did you guys hear that? And the more I do that, the feeling starts to change. Did you hear that, Mr. Isaac? The more you start accumulating these small victories, the feeling starts to change. One of the things that make the feeling get prolonged is when you are not doing anything and sulking. If you are chilling there, crying that you've lost, guys, but think about it. If ever you were taking an observation the following day, you feel way better than you not taking. Let's say you lost a guy today, and today you're taking that observation, you will feel way better. But if ever you do not take an observation, you're on your way, I lost my guys, things are not happening, you will even feel worse. But as long as you move forward, that's how you make sure that you cancel out this feeling of shit. Do you guys understand? It is you making some progress. Thank you.
I lost my guy.
Yes. Mr. T is in the building, as every single one of you guys. And it's quite shocking, people asking questions, Mr. T, like they've never seen it before. What I run the topic, and you are from my office, you do not qualify to ask a question on the call because you're gonna look smart in front of people. You have me by your side 24/7. I'm in your house 24/7. So why don't you ask me the questions? So he's there with you every single day. Every single day, he's in the building. So here is not supposed to be a platform whereby you need to now take out your gazebo with questions, your bazooka. He's in the building with you. Abuse him with questions, not just here. Yes, just for a couple of minutes. Does it make sense, guys?
Choose.
So all our speakers, how many figures run to Mr. Kep? How many figures run to Tabu? How many figures come to me? So please, today we are all here together for one day, but we are in the building together